Hi, today we're chatting about 7 harsh truths that we know and that you should know too. So, the first harsh truth is that you can't control everything. And as somebody who plans a lot, this is something that I have come to understand because you may think I have this life plan and everything should go according to plan, but a lot of the times things are out of your control. Things may happen and you could never have predicted it. Maybe you really, really wanted a specific job and management actually always had their eye on somebody else landing that job, even though you had the qualifications. And that was something that you could not really control. So, understanding that life is not always in your control, in a way, it's actually freeing as well. Because then you know that you can do what you can, but there will always be something that will happen that you could have never predicted. So, it won't catch you off guard in too drastic a way.
Yeah, I think that's a interesting point that you can't control everything. Do you think that you should change a situation? Say, for example, you can't control a situation, it's not going to plan. Should you stick it out? Should you change? What do you think?
It depends what your end goal is. For if you wanted to get a certain promotion at your company, if you and you've been trying for 5 years, and it doesn't materialize, maybe you should actually try and land a job at a different company who would appreciate your work. Maybe it's not you, maybe it's the company. So sometimes you have to really look at the situation holistically and do a SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That really helps to understand your situation and to come up with the possible solution.
Very good. You love your SWOT analysis.
Yes.
We take our health for granted. It's a cliche, but it really is true. The other day, when I tweaked my knee and I couldn't walk and I had to put some ice on my knee, in that moment, that's all I could think about. But then 10 minutes later, I didn't think about it. I was just taking my health for granted. So I think now and then, check in on your body. How are you feeling in your body? And to really have that connection and to be grateful for being able to move, not to have any illnesses or severe illnesses, making the most of it. So if you want to go out and go for a walk or go hiking, or if there's something that you really want to do, an activity, go for it. Don't wait until you have the perfect moment. If you want to do martial arts or a sport, just go and do it. That's what I would say.
Another harsh truth that I have learned is that time is your most valuable asset, at least one of your most valuable assets. And so many people often tell us this, but for it to actually sink in can often take time. We think that we have so many tomorrows, but the truth is we don't know. We really don't know. And recent years have shown us that we really don't know what tomorrow holds, and all we have is the present. And sometimes we can be living for the future and we can be so nostalgic about the past that we don't appreciate the now. So when we say make the most of your time, well, that differs from individual to individual. But to also be grateful for being here in this moment and to enjoy the time that we have on this earth, because you just really never know what the future holds.
I think sometimes it's extremely difficult to do, though. Especially you mentioned living in the future. If there are things you want to do, things you want really, really want to achieve, how do you manage to keep yourself calm and motivated to keep going?
Well, yes, definitely have goals for the future. You're not saying don't have your goals. But I think in order to be grounded and appreciate your present time, what's helped me is having a gratitude journal, having a diary to understand what's happening right now in my life. And otherwise, our thoughts can really run so wild, you know. But by being grateful, it kind of holds you down and makes you understand that you're grateful for what you have right now in this time.
Yeah. So I think sometimes working too hard can be counterproductive. That taking that time to write in your gratitude journal actually helps you to be more efficient and to use your time more efficiently.
Yes.
Yes. Change is inevitable, and along the journey of life, you'll make friendships. Some friendships will disintegrate. It may be either person's fault or just life circumstances. You may drift apart. Along the journey, recognizing that change is inevitable and not to get too upset about it, but on the other hand, try to maintain those relationships if you can, and not to take it too personally if the other person is not getting in touch. Because I think life, it's so easy to get swept along with life, with family pressures and things you have to do for your work and things outside of work. So time flies. So understanding that change is inevitable, not even with that, just even with your own body, change is inevitable. Getting grey hairs, change of your physical body, and how you identify yourself, how you identify your personality. As you start to get older, there'll be things that you used to do, but you can't anymore. So it's how you identify, who am I? So you start to have a deeper understanding of life, that if you're unable to do the certain things that you used to do before, it's okay, and not to get too stressed about it and try to force the issue. It's kind of like you're going along with the flow, the natural flow of life and the quality of life, depending at what point in life you are at.
Another harsh truth is that you are responsible for your own happiness. Yes, there are times when we want to complain about things that are just going so wrong in our lives. But if you are really unhappy in a particular situation, you do have the power to change things. You do have the power to come up with possible solutions. You do have the power to seek help if needed. So, understanding that you can take charge of the direction that your life is heading in is very powerful.
Yeah, I would say if it's something very severe, seek professional help. But if it's something where you feel stuck in life, maybe you're doing a job that you don't really enjoy, but you feel like I have to stay in this job. But understanding that you are responsible for happiness means that you can change and do something that you love doing.
Yes.
Not everyone will support you. So even though you're taking responsibility for your own happiness and making changes if you need to, understand that there will be some naysayers that will say that you can't do this. Why are you doing this decision? It's risky, or you should stick to the safe route. Surround yourself with positive people. If this isn't possible, have that as a mindset. So as you're going along the journey of life, you can start to build these relationships that are supportive. It's a give and take. So if the relationship is not supportive, you can look for ones that are. And you can start to have a network of role models. If there are people in history that have achieved great things, if there are quotations, inspirational quotes that you love, write it down, stick it on your wall. That becomes part of your support network.
Another harsh truth that we have learned is that rejection is part of life. You know, you may have really, really wanted to move to a different city, and you thought that if you applied for a certain job, you'd be able to move to that city. But maybe you got rejected. You reached the final stage of the interview and you got rejected. Now that hurts, doesn't it? But you can still find a way. You can apply for another job or you can start your own business. But feeling that initial sting of rejection, it does feel crappy. It does. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know, what are some of the harsh truths that you have learned over the years? Do comment below. It's lovely to understand what other people have also experienced, because at the end of the day, we are more similar than we are different. And if you are trying to think more positively, please watch this video about positive self-talk. I think it can really help you. I know having positive self-talk has helped me. So do like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye bye.